For this video, I'm going to make the rest of the point groups. So I'm going to come up here just so you get the practice of it. So you'll need to know how to do this for your midterm and your final. So make sure you know how to do it. I'm going to go ahead and skip all the trees, and I'm going to do the metal light pole. Now we'll have to create styles for some of these poles. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a utility pole for right now. And I'm going to type in metal light pole. I'm actually going to give it the name metal light pole, just as a reminder for myself. All right, and so new, I'm going to do assign. There usually is assign single pole, include, assign, probably a stop sign. New striping. So that's going to just be points, basic, include. Some people call it signage, STRP, striping, the striping on the ground. So that little stop bar should have signage to it. Apparently there's not a sign. Oh, if you mess up like I just did, go to the properties, there should be a sign, the word sign, just SGN. And this is the important part about making sure you know what your guys out in the field are collecting and how they're storing it in their, in their data collectors. And new, so sidewalk, include. Now sometimes you'll need to change the style of the points if we need topo information to show up for the surveyors. Okay, so sidewalk, new, storm manhole, sanitary storm. I'm just going to call it storm, if I could type. Include, SWMH. Stormwater, that's why it's SW. Everybody has different acronyms. TOB, top of bank. New, and then topo, just your basic ground elevations. And this one I'm going to give elevation only. So topo. When you create the surface for your topographic survey, I'll use the point groups to isolate the specific points I want in my surface. And I'll show you how to create a surface in the next video, not in this one. TOS, top of slope, or toe of slope, sorry, TOS, apply. That might be in a ditch line. There's a ditch out here. New. Traverse. So when you went out in the field, the guys might have picked up and turned points, what to set on. They may use them as benchmarks in the future. So new. There used to be a retaining wall, a little retaining wall out here. I'm going to change that to description and call it, check that out, wall. I think I messed up again on the traverse. I'm going to go back to properties. Yeah, I want it to do description only. So water meter and water valve. So new, water meter. I don't have one for a water meter, so I'll have to end up creating a style. So I'm going to say basic, description only, include water meter. Some people use WM for water main. New, and water valve. There is a symbol for the water valve. Include WV. Apply and OK. Okay, so if you look at If you click on it, click on one of the point groups and edit the points. You can see, or you can zoom to that point. And this is the symbol for a water valve. You can see that there's the water meter. Will create a little box for that. These are, if I type in PR for properties, I can see what that is. Top of bank, label. Now, I went ahead and created the spots, all right? So what I also want to do in this video, I was going to do it in the next one, but I'm only 5 minutes in on this video. No, actually, I need to show you one other thing before we get started. Sidetrack. Okay, so let's say we need a symbol for that water meter. So I'm going to go groups, and I'm going to go properties. I'm going to go down to my no-show. There's my no-show. I'm going to send it all the way to the top. And then I'm going to send the water meter all the way to the top. Apply and OK. So there's 2 meter boxes out there. You could grab this and pull the label, but see how bad that looks when we're working on cleaning up the points. So I'm going to show you how to kind of clean up a label. So click on the label, right click, and then you're going to not do it here. Okay, so in the water meter, right click and go to properties. The description only, anytime I want to pull a leader or drag a leader line out, see this symbol right here? There is certain styles that you can do. I'm going to edit this current selection. I could copy the current selection like I did the other label style, but I'm going to edit it right now. And I'm going to go into the dragged state. See how it says composed? Change that to stacked. Apply and OK. And apply and OK. What that does is now when you pull the little tag, it now looks good. But I don't like that style. There's different ways to do styles. So I'm going to come up here and I'm going to go to properties. And the basic style, I'm going to come down here and I am going to copy this current selection. Okay, and I'm going to come to the marker. Well, this marker, I want to use just a rectangle or a square and take off that. Okay, so these I can put dots in or I can leave them blank. Apply and OK. Apply. Oops. I am going to change that and I'm going to edit the current selection. Where it says copy, I'm going to call it meter. Now this is just a basic one. Apply and OK. So now they're boxes. Well, that box is a mighty large, but I'm going to leave it as is. When you do this, there's options. You can go properties and edit current selection. And you can change the size. So I'm going to change that to 0.05. You can change the angle rotation. Apply and OK. Now you're probably wondering yourself, is really this going to be my job as a surveyor? Well, I can tell you this right now. The PLSs that I've worked with, they also have to know how to do this to make their drawings look right. Yes, we do have CAD techs in our office that do a lot of the drafting, but a lot of the times the surveyor that's signing this does a lot of his own drafting. The 2 companies that I've worked for down here in Florida, both survey engineering companies, did a lot, and I do mean quite a bit of their own drafting. So they have to know how to do the styles and all that. They get help, don't get me wrong, but it's important that you know how, okay? So the other thing that I want to show you is, let's say, and I'm going to, let's say you wanted to create a style, okay? Let's say, just for the giggles of it, on our crepe myrtles, and I'm gonna go edit, I'm gonna go to properties. Right now we have a tree style. I am going to copy that current selection and I'm going to change it to Crepe Myrtle. Okay. In the marker style, I can use an AutoCAD symbol. And I think in here I already have some different symbols. So I'm going to say tree deciduous. I'm pretty sure that's going to be wrong style. I'm going to do, nope. Okay, these two styles are actually in plan view or in profile view and not plan view. So what other, do I have any other trees? I'll change it to a shrub. That's close enough. It's not a shrub, but I'm just showing you that they have different blocks. Apply and OK. Apply and OK. All right, now I'm going to go back to my point groups and I'm going to go to properties. And I just want to see if that style showed up correctly in the Crepe Myrtles. As soon as I find Crepe Myrtle, that would be good. And send that to the top using that arrow. And apply and OK. And there's my Crepe Myrtles. Not too shabby. Now, if I sent, let's go back to properties, and you have to understand how to organize your information. Let's say I sent trees, all my trees to the top. Where's my trees? Click on name. By clicking on name, I was hoping that it would put it in alphabetical order, but it doesn't. I was hoping the new version would. I'll find you, tree, and send you to the top. Apply, and OK. Notice the Crepe Myrtle doesn't hold its side or style because the tree, based on how these are in order, the tree overranks the style of the Crepe Myrtle. Now, if I went properties and I sent the Crepe Myrtle to the top, apply, and OK, then the Crepe Myrtle would override the style of that one tree. Okay, so that's the importance of point groups and point styles. I'm going to go ahead and pause here, and in the next class we'll go over surfaces and go ahead and start possibly even creating our own styles for markers. Like, okay, I'll take that back. Give me another 5, maybe 10 minutes. Okay, so let's say I have a concrete light pole and we have a metal light pole. Well, I am going to create, there is the light pole right here. I'm going to go ahead and create a circle. And that circle, I'm going to turn off the aerial for right now so I can show you. I'm going to create a block. Remember how I said these were blocks? So I'm going to go ahead and create a block with a circle. And I'm going to create about, let's call it a diameter of 1. Okay. Now I'm going to create a line out like that. Okay. Actually, yeah. So I am, okay, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. I'm going to create a polyline. And I'm going to start a point and I'm going to create an arc. And I'm going to close it. CL for close. Okay. And the reason I'm doing that is because I want to turn this into a path array. So I'm going to create a line and come out here. Okay. I'm basically creating a light bulb. So I am going to click on this line, go to the Home tab, and pull down the array path. And the path that it's going to be is this one. And I am going to say that there is 0.5 spaces. Okay. It doesn't have to be perfect. That's close enough. Okay. That is going to be now the block that I'm going to create a concrete light pole. Okay. Now yours might not work perfectly like that. So I created a polyline. I'll do it again. I created a polyline. I picked a start point. I clicked on arc, or it said arc. And basically, I did a halfway. And CL for close. And then I picked a line and snapped it to the end point and drew the line out. Picked that line, clicked on the array path, and then clicked on the circle. Okay? So that's just one way to do That's just an example. So the next thing I want to show you is block, B-L-O-C-K, or you can type in B and it'll pop up here as block. I'm going to say concrete light pole, CLP, okay? The base point of that is going to, I'm going to pick the point, and it's going to be dead center, okay? Now I'm going to select the objects. There's the objects. And I'm going to hit enter. And then I am going to leave everything else as default and go OK. All right. Now it turned itself into a block. What I'm going to come up here to do on that concrete light pole, I'm going to go to properties. And in the style, I am going to I'm going to actually utility pole, and I am going to copy current selection. I don't like to start with a brand new blank, so I'm going to say concrete light pole. Change the name of it. The marker style is now going to be there. Look, concrete light pole. And then everything else I'm going to leave as is, and then apply and OK, and then OK. I'm going to go ahead and delete that block out, and then the reason that it's not showing up is because it's below no show. So I'm going to go point groups, properties, and I am going to find my concrete light bulb and send it to the top, apply, and OK. And there's my concrete light poles. All right, looks pretty good. They may need to be bigger, and if the style needs to be bigger, you can go in and change and go on concrete light pole, properties. If you need that style bigger, edit current selection, marker, and I'm going to change that to 2, apply and OK, apply and OK. All right, so that's the start of it. That's the start of how to create a topographic map and work with the data that you've collected. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and stop exactly like this. I want you to do a screenshot of your tool space so I can see all the data here, and I want you to go ahead and screenshot exactly what you're looking at. And to do that, so what I'm going to do is I am going to open up a Word document. There's 2 different ways to do it. And I don't know what your computer has, but I know Word will allow you to do it this way. So I'm going to do it this way. So if you go to Insert, you can go to Screenshot, and you can go to Screen Clipping. I want you to clip this screen. This is what you're going to be turning in addition to your CAD file. I want this screenshot, and I want your CAD file. If you wish to continue working on this, just to get the practice, that is fantastic. But that's it for right now. So again, upload this screenshot. You could either upload it in the Word document form, or you could save it out, file, save as a picture. And it is going to be, I need to save it to my, I'm going to put it in my lab 1. All right, so you're going to upload this picture, and you're going to upload your CAD file. If you have any questions, just let me know.